And if your high school senior is looking ahead to what's next, they might want to consider a career in law enforcement. Joining us now is Officer Tom Dobbs to tell us about some of the job opportunities, and it's more than just being a police officer.
It is, and thank you for having me, Jackie. Of all the stories we've done together, this one might be one of my favorites, because where else can you wear a hat like this?
I know. The uniform's part of it.
Yes, 29 years I've had this hat.
Wow.
So that being said, and being a school cop, I get to talk to kids, and I get asked a lot of time, like, what's it take to become a police officer? And sadly, I've seen some go to other agencies. One of my graduates.
It's a little competitive between the agencies.
Is at the University of Iowa Police, which is a great department, but it's like, oh no, stay home, stay here with us. But exactly, great story, and fire away with your questions.
Yeah, so what is something someone should know if they're looking to get into the field?
Now is a great time. I think of all the local agencies, whether it's a police department, a sheriff's office, even the state patrol, and everybody's looking to hire to build up those numbers. So if you have any kind of interest in law enforcement, reach out to whatever agency that is, again, state, local, county, and do it like a ride-along. Just try to get that bird's eye view from the front seat, because to me it's a great job. I knew when I was a little kid I wanted to be a police officer when I grow up, and every day I get to put on this uniform and fulfill that dream. And so for me it was a career choice. I think we have some people look into it, maybe doing that ride along, okay, this isn't exactly what I want. Yes, and that's a great way to see what it is before you commit to it. But again, there's a lot of agencies that are hiring, and if you have an interest in being a cop and serving your community, now is a great time.
And what about the training? What does that look like? Of course, it depends on what agency you're with, though.
Yeah, Cedar Rapids, they have their own academy, so you stay here and you get to go home at night. For us, we go to the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy in Des Moines, which I believe is 18 weeks now. You come home on the weekends, but it's a classroom schedule. You learn defensive tactics, driving, marksmanship, evidence processing, traffic accident investigation. So there's a lot of stuff to be a certified police officer. Then you come back to your own agency, and there's 10 to 12 to 16 weeks of on-the-job training where a training officer rides with the probation officer and coaches them, critiques them, mentors them into becoming a solo patrol officer. So after about 30 to 40 weeks, then you're on your own rather, in the car by yourself, being a real police officer, sheriff's deputy, state trooper, what have you, and then the job is yours.
And what about college?
College is preferred. If we can get that, great, but we've hired, like you talked about, high school seniors. The youngest person we hired was an 18-year-old that the interview was great. They had what it took and did a great job. We're happy to have them. Now, that being said, if you have a 2-year degree, prior military, or 4-year degree, that's definitely extra feathers in your cap that are going to be a little bit more intriguing for the hiring authorities. So if you have those credentials, great. If not, we can show you the ropes and get you where you need to be.
Yeah, and just give the police department a call if you're interested in doing that ride-along?
Yes, exactly. Whether it's CRPD, I'm sure they have policies and procedures they go through. Same with the Marion PD, can reach out to us, or the sheriff's office. Again, we're looking to make those hires, so if you have an interest, reach out, introduce yourself, and maybe it'll turn out.
All right, Officer Dobbs, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for the story, Jackie.